tell you a little story regardless. So, when I was about maybe 11 or 12, I had a bunch of friends, and we were, a crazy bunch of kids for sure. Um, not perfect by any means, but um, and I remember actually a very specific experience that was kind of a turning point, or maybe I don't know what you would call that, um, moment in your life where everything kind of changes due to a realization. And how it goes is basically one day we were inside of one of the local, like, little grocery store marts or whatever, and we're all stealing candy and stuff. We've got a little bit of money, and we're getting ready to, maybe go to the store, go to the counter, buy like one thing or a drink, to look good, and then leave. But this day, I remember the clerk stopping me and saying, "Hey, empty your pockets. Let's see. Make sure you're not stealing anything." And obviously, I emptied my pockets. I didn't have anything in my pockets because I'm an idiot. We were really good at whatever we did back in those days. But basically, after we left the store, we had all our candy and drinks and stuff, and we're walking down the street, and my friend stops me and says, "Hey, that was crazy, huh? That was crazy that guy did that because you're black." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, that store guy, that he only searched you because you're black." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, didn't understand. Like, I didn't think of it like that. I didn't even realize it. So, we talked about it, and it hit me, and I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, he didn't search any of the other guys." And yeah, so it was interesting. It was just, like I said, it was just a realization for me where things changed, perception of the world, as well as more, being more mindful and aware of the world's perception of me, right? And so that's where that moment happened, and it also, now that I'm older, and I kind of think about this stuff, I kind of come back to the point where it's like, well, when stuff like that happened, I was embarrassed and afraid, to go to my parents. My mom talked to her about it, so it was up to my friends to teach me about the world and to show me how it worked, and I just kind of acclimated in the best I could, and that's how it is. You don't go home and cry to your mom about every time you fall down and scrape your knee, and so I didn't. I figured it out together, but of course my friends didn't know anything, they didn't know any better. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that was a really important time in my life, and it really showed an important thing where everything changed for me, you know. Um, and I've spent a lot of my life denying, the fact that that's real, that's a thing, and we all have it, right? But yeah, you know, it's difficult, you know, because you're supposed to just endure and go forward, right? You can't really talk about that stuff, or you sound like a woke crying liberal or whatever, you know. Um, and so, I don't know. At the hospital, some things happened, you know, some nepotism and some people using their privilege to violate my safety and my privacy. And, the system is kind of set up to where I could do something about it, report or whatever, but their connections and relations also to law enforcement, the former sheriff who just passed or whatever, their uncle. So obviously, we just, after it's done rolling over us, we kind of just get up and keep going forward. That's life. So we pass the jersey on to to the next person.